Have you ever thought of an idea for a drawing or a story and got really excited to create it, only to find out it's been done before? Like really recently before? By one of your peers even. As an artist, I think we experience this a lot, and it's called synchronicity, the collective consciousness or multiple discovery. It's a fancy way to describe when two people have the same idea at the same time, all on their own. Another example of this might be you were the first one in your social circle to actually make your idea a reality, but then you see someone else make a post that's too similar to yours to the point where you feel downright defensive, like they stole your idea. We've all been there, so don't be shy and don't judge others. That's why I felt like this would be a good thing to talk about, especially for a lot of the younger artists out there. When you're newer to creating, it's super easy to feel protective of your OCs or your art style, and you're very proud of your work. When you see someone else beat you to the punch, you feel like putting your work in the pile might make you look less creative, or maybe like you're a copycat. Alternatively, you might see other people appearing to make copies of your work, which may not feel as flattering given how dear your creations are to you. Allow me to give you an example from my own art journey. My experience with this had more to do with struggling to find my own art style. I was trying to break away from anime art, which obviously that didn't happen. I was trying to get inspiration for my art style from other styles of comic art, especially Western styles. I spent so much time researching, trying to mix and match styles to find my own flavor. And once I had figured out something I liked, I started to hate hearing things like, "Wow, I wish I could draw just like you." It was supposed to be a compliment, and I knew that. I did, but it didn't feel like a compliment. Those people didn't know my struggle, they didn't know where I was coming from, and they wanted to take my art identity, man. That's how I felt. So I sympathize with people who are very protective of their art, characters, and stories. Now here's the thing, right? If we're 1 in a million, that means there's at least 7,000 other people on this planet just like you. I know it's a figure of speech, but there really are a lot of people with similar interests, backgrounds, experiences to you. And when we go online, we can find them in an instant. Our art is inspired by our interests, experiences, and backgrounds, so it makes sense that others in this clump of the collective consciousness come up with highly similar creations. What's important is that we don't get too concerned about this effect. It's definitely not the same as copying someone's entire body of work. That's something that you have to consciously put effort into. Synchronicity just sort of happens. If you get worried that it'll appear like you're copying, just remember to stick to what you wanted to create. If you've seen an illustration that looks like something you wanted to do, it's going to kind of confuse you now, and it might be difficult to remember how you specifically wanted to execute this idea. But remember that it hasn't been done by you yet. While this other person has influenced kind of how you see this idea, you have to try and tap back into how you saw it in your head originally. You are the unique element to add to this artistic concept, whether it's a story or an illustration or a character. To go back to my experience with finding my art style, well, the reason I stuck with anime art is because I liked it. I couldn't fight the influence, and I love the aesthetic. I used to feel like, oh, all anime looks the same. I'll never stand out. And anybody who's been drawing anime art for a long time knows that not every anime style looks the same. They all have their own flavors. Come on, be real, guys. But I think I've realized the reason I couldn't make my art stand out was because I hadn't quite finished growing as an artist. I'm still not done growing. I hadn't explored enough techniques and tools to realize all the possible ways to create a drawing. I was missing all these tools. That's why I couldn't create what I was envisioning in my head. I will also say that if you let go of that mindset, like for me, I let go of the idea that I have to be 100% original 100% of the time. And that allowed me to find inspiration from the artists I admired instead of trying to find my own style in a vacuum. It's important to outsource a bit. Am I the only person on YouTube with a sprite of an anime girl who has split-dyed space buns? Probably not. But it is the only one drawn by me. It's just something I've been thinking about a lot lately as I'm trying to evolve as an artist. I'm trying to think of interesting ideas for products for my Etsy store, and I've been trying to have unique spins on existing products, but then I get nervous because maybe someone else did it better, and it prevents me from making a new product for my store. That's when I have to remind myself that no idea is 100% original. If you have an idea for a story, character, product, do it. Just go for it. Don't worry whether or not someone has already done it, because you haven't done it yet. Quick little editor's note here. I almost completely forgot about my own advice and almost didn't make this video because I saw a TikTok of someone talking about it much more concisely, and I thought there would be no point in putting out this little video. It's about the execution, guys. Always remember the execution is the most important thing. That's how you get creative. Put your own spin and your own personality into your work, and it'll be its own unique little thing. Thank you for watching to the end of the video. I've just been having a lot of random art thoughts lately, and I kind of want to get them out there and share with you because I'm sure there are other people who need to hear these thoughts of mine. If there's one in a million, there's 7,000 other people who need to hear this advice. So yeah, I've just been trying to think about art more often and make it a more concrete part of my life because I want to make more art and talk about more artsy things. So anyways, if you are interested, I'm pretty active on TikTok. You can find my username in the description below. Otherwise, I will see you shortly. So please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you're interested, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.